Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Jenna. If you don't know me, hello. Okay, let's get into this video. This has actually been like a requested video. No, it's like a highly requested video. It's like such like a annoying thing that people on the internet say, but a lot of people have been asking for my Moldavite updates, and so that's what I'm bringing to you today. It is mid-February, so I've had it for like 2.5 months? 2 months? Yeah, I am exhausted. Oh my god. Okay, so we have a lot of things to go over in this video. Let's just jump right in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here is a quick little like snippet. Moldavite can be used to guide you on the right path. It carries the energies of the extraterrestrial world. 15 million years ago, Moldavite was formed because a meteor crashed onto Earth. I bought, I believe, 1.5 grams. I think it was $21. Then I waited a few days and my package came. I made a video about Moldavite. I turned it into a necklace. I bought it on Etsy, and I originally found out about it through TikTok. First and foremost, I do want to say that I did get a lot of comments talking about how
people who don't know anything about this shouldn't buy one or shouldn't get into it.
And
don't talk about things you don't know anything about.
And there's no place for that here. If someone wants to learn about a crystal, let them. Don't like gatekeep crystals and all that, whatever. Like, let's just like be positive. Everyone's on their own journeys, and like if someone wants to learn about something new, like let them. I am just going to be talking about my experience with my Moldavite. If you want like the scientific breakdown of what Moldavite is, I know some people were upset that I like didn't necessarily explain exactly every aspect of the stone itself. It's a tektite, not a stone, sorry. Thank you. Anyway. Okay, so Moldavite is known to bring a lot of like chaos and change into people's lives, and let me just tell you, things have been like kind of crazy since I got it, but not necessarily like the greatest crazy. I've read a lot about how you have to be really ready for the changes that will come, and it might bring up a lot of hardships. And I will 100% agree with that. I think just right off the bat, I mentioned this in my last video, but dreams are a big one. My dreams immediately got so crazy vivid. I would have to take breaks from sleeping with it anywhere near me because it was too much. Like I felt like I was going on like a Spy Kids adventure every single night. I've seen comments and like read things that different crystals, I can list them here, help regulate the charge of Moldavite. Personally, I found that when it just like was getting too overwhelming or too much, if I just separated myself from it, so I took it off, I put it in the other room, or I just like put it away from me across the room, like that helped. I've also found that I have like anxiety or like tightness in my chest, or I feel really like warm and overwhelmed, and then I take it off and I start to feel better. Or I've experienced headaches, which have been different side effects that other people have experienced too. So I'm inclined to think that this is due to my Moldavite. If you want more of like an in-depth, like what other side effects are that I've experienced that are common, and just other general information about Moldavite, this video by Ancient Star Queen is really good and I highly recommend. And I'll have it linked down below. Now, of course, I'm not 100% certain because I do have anxiety, and my dreams, I never remember my dreams like this. So like that is really weird. But I'm inclined to think that it is related. Okay, what's next? The number one most asked question was definitely, where do I get it and is it authentic? I definitely saw a lot of comments saying that the price point that I paid for this was too cheap, and so there's no way that it could be real. Overall, the price point of this is pretty consistent across the board for a lot of what they're selling for online. Obviously, if you buy it like in a ring or in a necklace, it's going to be more expensive because you're paying for someone to put their like time and effort and also other materials into it. And like this thing is, it's not big. Like it is really small. I'll insert clips so you can like see the size of it and whatever, but I made it into a necklace myself. And so I definitely think buying it not in a piece of jewelry already brought the price down. Obviously, I can't be 1,000% sure, but I definitely am inclined to think that it is real. Cool. Okay, now getting into the changes and what's been going on. So honestly, it's been really, really hard. It's been really hard. At first, it was like so exciting and everything was happening and like everything was going really well. One thing after the next was just perfectly falling into place. I was going to move across the country and the timing of everything was like literally flawless. I was thinking about how I needed to find an apartment, and I within the next day got a text from one girl that I know saying, hey, I found this apartment, you should check it out. I ended up getting the apartment, or I ended up like being offered to move in. I sent an email inquiring about a job and they replied within 5 minutes of me reaching out and sending the email. They're like, hey, can you hop on a Zoom call tomorrow? And then I got the job. Huh? I'm sorry, in what world does anybody reply to emails that fast? It's just transferring locations for my current job, but still, I know I've talked to other coworkers who have transferred locations before, and they're always saying, you have to send so many emails, you have to constantly contact them, and it takes a while. Where mine literally happened in 5 minutes. That's crazy. So I immediately was thinking, this has to be the Moldavite. Like, it has to be a sign. Everything is just falling into place. Then it also brought up a lot of really hard, like, emotional things, especially with me planning on moving across the country. I'm not gonna get like too into detail, but I believe in my dreams and my future and myself a lot more than other people in my life do. And having their doubts and their negativity put onto me for years and years, and it just like building up is really, really hard. It was definitely like an eye-opening experience dealing with that. So moving forward, that brings us to like end of December. Things are pretty positive. Things are going really well. I've been doing a lot of freelance work and I haven't been able to secure a full-time job yet. So having the amount of like freelance work and side gigs that I was able to get was just like really incredible, and everything just like felt really, really good. Besides like my personal relationships. So now we are forward a little bit into like end of December, early January. Still confident that I was moving. Like at this point, I was still figuring out the apartment stuff. Like nothing was set in stone, but the move itself was set in stone. I was really excited. So I know like in my heart, like I will move one day. And like I'm meant to be somewhere outside of Chicago. Like Chicago is great, but it's just like it's never really felt like home. There's always been something off. But I mean, obviously like Chicago is great. Like don't get me wrong. As the date got closer that I was supposed to be moving, it got harder and harder because obviously COVID is really, really bad, and it's just like I want to go, but like logically I know I should wait and like all that stuff. So that has nothing to do with Moldavite. I mean, it might, but like whatever. So it was a really, really tough choice, but I ended up deciding that I would stay in town. And the day that I decided to stay, I also saw that I had received an email from a job, like a full-time position of an amazing job that I applied to literally 6 months ago. I got an email from the HR lady and she was saying, hey, like I came across your resume for this one position. We are interviewing now for another and I would love to talk to you. Literally the same exact day that I was like, fine, I'll stay. It's just not the right time right now. This happened? Excuse me? So of course in my mind I'm like, Moldavite, dude, Moldavite. Also, that same day, I saw one of my friends and we decided that I would move in with her. So I am moving into a new apartment in Chicago. I'm so excited. It's like, oh wow, is this the Moldavite that's like pushing me on the path that I'm supposed to be on? That like I did not think that I'm supposed to do, but like somehow I end. My life I thought would be going in one direction. But then like I get a job opportunity, I get an apartment with like one of my like really good friends, and maybe this is actually what's supposed to happen. So I ended up interviewing for this full-time position. Obviously I'm class of 2020 grad and it's COVID. It's been so hard to get a job. And I did my first interview. Went great. Second interview. Third interview. I have never had like such good interviews, been so confident and qualified, and just having everything feel so good and right. It was so exciting. And I ended up getting the job. Yeah! For about 12 hours. Oh no! Something happened. It was very much like, it's not you, it's me situation with the company. I'm not gonna say the company. I've made a few TikToks on this. If you wanted to see those, check out my TikTok. But I ended up having my job offer rescinded. Is that the word? I think it's the word. And it was devastating. And so I'm just like, what the f***, Moldavite? Come on, please, come on. The job fell through. I'm still moving though, so like that's fun and exciting. I really thought that like Moldavite was like really putting my life, like the timing of everything was just like impeccable. It was perfect. It was so unbelievable. And then it literally was not believable because it all fell through. Anyway, so obviously like whatever's meant to be will be, and I definitely like, I am trusting the universe and whatnot. And clearly like something wasn't right for me in that position, whether it be whatever, it doesn't matter. Other changes and things that have happened with Moldavite is I dyed my hair brown for the first time. There will be a video, a hair transformation video coming on my channel soon. I'm still editing it. But I have been a blonde my entire life. Like, but for some reason, like I felt like, you know, it's really time for a change. So I don't know if this has anything to do with Moldavite, but like a lot of changes have happened. I feel like I'm so much more confident and outgoing, and I have dark hair. Are these things related? Are they relevant? I don't know. That kind of brings me to like my main overall point. A lot of people have been asking, has anything happened? Have there been big changes and big things and emotional breakthroughs? I don't know. I feel like I'm right now too in it to see what's happening, but give me like 6 months and I will have such a better perspective on how big of a change happened between December to now. Just between like moving and the job and everything, I feel like I was definitely tested a lot, and I am still on my path to wherever I'm meant to be, but I'm nowhere near that yet. And there hasn't been some like big breakup or big thing I mean, I'm not dating, so yeah. But I think I'm just like too in it right now to really see and to really be able to definitively say like, yes, this has changed my life. But I definitely like think that it's done something. It feels like a lot of things were like on the path to maybe happen and then they just like didn't work out. I'm really excited for like what is to come, because I know that after so much like down, there's bound to be an up. Got a sick job offer, got it taken away 12 hours later for absolutely nothing having to do with me. It's only up from here, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I've been more active on TikTok, so like give me a follow over there if you want. That's all I have to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.